Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. There was a report, and this has happened before, same guy. I don't know his exact position with the Green Bay Packers media team. I'm looking at his bio right now. He doesn't even have any credentials for it. He was something with the Packers. I don't know why his credentials went away on his bio. Obviously, he might have took them off. Not 100% sure. But the same guy, and we're going to look, and I'm going to show you right here. It's this account. His name is Ricky Scoops. He's worked in tandem with the Green Bay Packers media, and he had this to say: the Packers have a trade on the table with the Cowboys for Micah Parsons with a new contract worth $45 million per year, which would make him the highest paid non-QB in the NFL. We had this guy reported this same rumor a couple of weeks ago, to where he said that the Green Bay Packers had a deal done for Micah Parsons to get traded, and they had like a couple first round picks, this and that. The same guy reported this, and the media was running away with it. Of course, everybody coming up with segments, this and that, like, oh, is Micah Parsons going to the Green Bay Packers? Media blew up last night over this, blah blah blah. But let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Jerry Jones is not trading Micah Parsons. He's not. Everybody who just bit on this report and was just dying to report it, let's just face the facts. Micah Parsons is not getting traded. Especially to the team that absolutely dog-walked you in the recent playoff game you had 2 seasons ago when you just had your last playoff appearance. Jerry Jones will not do that. If you guys have not watched the documentary, I haven't watched it in full, and I haven't even started yet. I actually was in the middle of getting ready to watch it last night, but my Netflix just decided to want to do other things and not even work. But I had planned on watching it, but I've seen the clip to where Jerry Jones was absolutely sick to his stomach when he lost to the Green Bay Packers. He said that it was one of the worst losses that he has had since he's owned the Dallas Cowboys. So he had that type of wordage with the Green Bay Packers. So do you really think that Jerry Jones is going to trade Micah Parsons to the team that absolutely embarrassed him and had arguably the worst loss in the history that he had as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys? It's not happening. Another reason why you wouldn't trade him, why would you wait and trade Micah now? Why? What's the benefit? Because if you were going to trade Micah, you would be waving the white flag on the whole season. If you were going to trade Micah, you would have arguably done it before the draft. Go ahead and pick up the first round picks and go ahead and establish getting a couple of guys. Because if you trade Micah Parsons right now, what kind of compensation are you going to get? You can't go ahead and draft these players until next year. So again, you're waving the white flag on the season. Give Brian Schottenheimer a shot with your big three, at least for the season, just to see what he's got coaching wise. You're going to give the guy Brian Schottenheimer his first year under the helm as the head coach, first year as a head coach ever in his career, and he doesn't even have his best players out there on the field for him. He's going to be handicapped because Micah Parsons without that defense, it's going to be really rough to watch on Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays. Really, really rough to watch. So what's the point in trading Micah Parsons now? If you were going to trade him, you should have done it before the draft. Got the draft picks for him, went ahead and drafted them, got them first round picks, then drafted with those. So that's another reason why I don't think you should trade Micah Parsons, because you're throwing a white flag on the season. At least see what Brian Schottenheimer what he has up under his belt in his first year. He could shock us. Everybody's writing off the Dallas Cowboys already. I think they could be decent. I think the Cowboys have a chance to be decent. At best, I think they can get 10, 11 wins at best. And that is just if they're absolutely just, if everything goes like really well for them. And at worst, the Cowboys can win like 4 games. At worst, the Cowboys can win like 4 games. So the Cowboys, there's like a big gray area there. It's like a big what if for them right now. We don't know if they're going to be good. We don't know if they're going to be meh. We don't know if they're going to be absolute garbage. So why not just ride it out with Micah right now? Just wait and just see. Let him have the big 3. Let Brian Schottenheimer have the big 3. Micah Parsons isn't going anywhere. He can demand a trade all he wants to, but he's going to get fined. He's not going to get that game check. He's missing out on $1 million a game. I don't know. I think they said his base salary for this year is $20 million, if I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, he's losing a lot of money a game. That's a huge game check that he is not going to be getting. That is worth a lump sum of money. And you really think that Micah Parsons is going to miss out on that money? Absolutely not. Micah Parsons is going to go out there and play. No matter how much that he's demanded a trade, you know, he's the only player so far outside of Zach Martin, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, etc. He's the only player that ever demanded a trade. I missed another one, a good one, Ezekiel Elliott. CeeDee Lamb and all these guys, they just held out. They did not verbally demand a trade. Micah Parsons was the first one to verbally demand a trade, and all the Cowboys fans are like, okay, this might actually be the time to where there might be a time where Jerry Jones is not going to sign his hometown guy and eventually trade him. And they came up with a stat about this a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. I don't know the player's name. Adam Schefter tweeted it. I think it might have been at the point where Micah Parsons demanded a trade, but Adam Schefter pretty much stated that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys have never traded a player but one time, a homegrown player, traded him away, former first-round pick. It was a very long time ago. I think it might have been in the 80s. So this is what we're talking about here. It's not going to happen. Unless, and this is the only way that I would even possibly consider it, if they come up to you with an absolute Herschel Walker deal. And in my opinion, that deal might even have to be a little bit better than Herschel Walker. I don't know. It's not going to happen. Me and my dad got into an argument about this a while ago. But I really do believe that Micah Parsons, at the minimum, if I was a GM, 3 to 4 first-round picks, minimum. Minimum. The kid is a once-in-a-generation talent. He's young. He's 25, 26 years old. In his prime. Already he's got multiple All-Pros. Got multiple Pro Bowls. Is the fuel that runs the Dallas Cowboys organization. He is literally, as much as people love Dak Prescott is not the fuel that makes that engine run. It's Micah Parsons. It's Micah Parsons. Because with Cooper Rush last year, or the last couple of times, specifically a couple years ago, when Dak Prescott, I think it was, he hurt his thumb or whatever, and Cooper Rush was playing, and they still won games with Cooper Rush because of that Dallas Cowboys defense led by Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is the reason why the Dallas Cowboys run, not Dak Prescott. So that is the guy that you need to be worrying about paying. If I can argue that any guy needed to be traded by now, but we know good and well he wasn't going to get any trade compensation. People wouldn't even picked up the phone for him unless they were totally desperate, like somebody like the Las Vegas Raiders were with Geno Smith. Was Dak Prescott? He was the guy that you probably should have traded. He's been there 10 years and he's done nothing. He had one MVP caliber season last year. Well, not last year, but the year before. But that was pretty much because that MVP had to be one of the most mediocre type stat line MVP candidates that they possibly had. And I still think that Dak Prescott probably deserved it over Lamar. Maybe. No, what am I talking about? No, he didn't. I think Lamar's stat line was actually pretty crazy that year in comparison to Dak. So, yeah, Lamar, what am I talking about? Lamar Jackson actually deserved to win that MVP. But the trade is not going to happen. And all of this is rumors. Ryan Gutekunst? Ryan Gutekunst. I can't even remember. I know his last name is Gutekunst. The GM for the GM and owner, you can say, I guess, because they don't have an actual. Well, he's not the owner because the fans own the Green Bay Packers. But GM Brian Gutekunst, I think is his name. Gutekunst even said, we ain't had no conversations, but if there's an opportunity to get a good player, we're going to go get him. But like I was saying, three to four first round picks minimum, once in a generation talent, all the accolades that he has so far, having the comparisons to LT, all just renowned across the league from the offensive side of the ball. All of his offensive opponents have said that he is a game wrecker. He is one of the best players that are out there on the field in the respective game. Every offensive coordinator, the game plan for the Dallas Cowboys is saying, where's number 11? How are we taking him away from the game? This is the player that we're talking about. You're not just going to be able to get rid of this player for just 2 first-round picks. No, it's the kitchen sink. You can, just like if you were trading for somebody like Joe Burrow or Josh Allen, 3 to 4 first-round picks minimum. Between Josh Allen, outside of them being just the quarterback position, and it is the most important position in the NFL, what's the big difference between them and Micah Parsons? Micah Parsons is and the coaches and executives came out with this list going into this season. They said that Micah Parsons is a top 10 player in the NFL. He was ranked number 9. This is the type. He is in the same conversation as those big names. So I think 3 to 4 first round picks minimum. But and another reason why ultimately, and I just alluded to it earlier, Micah Parsons is the engine that runs the Cowboys. He is really the only reason why most Cowboys fans are really interested into the team and actually want to go on Sunday and just see if the Cowboys have a chance. I love CD. I don't love Dak, but I like Dak. Without Micah Parsons, the team's going nowhere. They're just going nowhere. They're not going to stop anybody. I will be totally on board with the trade again if before the draft, go ahead and get the picks and turn it into players. And then we can develop. Maybe if you would have retained Mike McCarthy, maybe even if you wouldn't have brought back Dak and then would have traded Micah Parsons, I could have understood it. And then again, it would have been stupid to trade Micah Parsons. So, because it's like, why would you get rid of Dak, then get rid of Parsons, and all you got left with is CeeDee Lamb? You want to have a big piece on both ends of the football. You want to have that big star on the offensive side of the ball, and then have that big star on the defensive side of the ball. So, I don't see a scenario. This conversation is very frustrating because I shouldn't even be having this conversation right now. It's just mind-boggling to me that Micah Parsons is still unpaid. Because at the moment, the going rate right now, TJ Watt's get paying $42 million, was it? 41? Because Myles Garrett got 40. I don't know. Somebody's at the 42, 43 mark. But that, Micah's going to get a million more than what they got. And then at that point in time when Jerry and them were having a conversation, you could have got Micah at 30. You're going to have to pay Micah 14, 13, 15 million plus more dollars than what you originally were going to pay him. But Jerry ain't going to buy it. I saw it in the interview. Jerry Jones is being very narcissistic about this. It is his way or the highway. He is not caving in. I can look in his eyes and tell he just does not care. He doesn't care about David Mulugeta, etc. He is standing on business right now when it comes to this contract negotiations. He's not budging. So let's just go ahead and just put the Green Bay Packers stuff to the bed. It's not going to happen. If it was to happen, I would think it would be from a team in the AFC. Definitely not going to be in division. And it's not going to be a Charles Haley situation where you're trading them to the 49ers or to the Packers. It's going to be another team in the NFC. NFC teams that he is not getting traded to, and you can go ahead and mark it down because it's not going to happen. He's not getting traded to a NFC East division East rival opponent. He's not getting traded to the Green Bay Packers or the 49ers, both of the teams who currently own us in the playoffs when we've played them in our respective matchups. So, super frustrating to talk about. But now that's over with, okay? That is all. I'm not going to harp on this anymore. Put the rumors to bed. It's not going to happen. Micah Parsons is going to be a Dallas Cowboy. I would not be surprised in the coming days if we're going to have news of saying there's a contract being signed or Micah Parsons is actually suited up. Because I think Micah Parsons might afford to go ahead and just not play 2 games and then make Jerry Jones just sit here and think, okay, my defense is sucking, and then have to make Jerry Jones cave into paying him. But I'm just tired of hearing these rumors, and I just want him to be gone. But that is all I got, guys. That is all I really have to say right now about Micah Parsons and all this stuff. Just put the rumors to bed, and let's just move on. Get Micah Parsons paid, give the man his money, and give him what he deserves. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my thoughts on that. Just let me know down in the comments below, and I want to know all of your thoughts.